Which arena?
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I'm back.
Yo.
Oh, dude, I checked out the first episode of Trigun,
Oh,
and dude, it's a different show.
yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like gripe with it. It's just a different anime, right?
Yeah,
Just why call it Trigun, man?
yeah,
Just
just
make a new anime with this. Like,
yeah. Like I was watching it. I was like, man, this is really cool. If it wasn't Trigun, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just make another fucking show.
yeah.
Like, really.
It's kind of
But I guess they need to feed off the IP. There we go. Oops. But yeah, at least it looked cool. You know, um, it just the overall vibe was like, I don't know, not really there, honestly. For me personally, I wasn't like feeling it too much. But it was cool. I really like the really nice the CG and animation was pretty sick.
yeah, yeah. The CGs looks fucking good. I like the art too, which is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard for me to not compare it to Trigun when they keep comparing it to Trigun.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not like the same characters, just the same character designs.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another disappointing part. And
Yeah.
what else? Oh yeah, dude, Vinland Saga has been fucking great, man.
Yeah, I still haven't started season 2, but I will very soon.
Oh, dude,
But I.
it I think season 2 is gonna turn off a lot of um like shallow fans, right?
Right, it's like that review we were reading the other day.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like
Because it's a shift in tone, I guess.
yeah, it's entirely character. It's like um for the most part, it's like almost entirely like just focusing on the characters in the story.
Right.
But I still think it's fucking awesome. Like they're doing such a great job with it.
Yeah.
So,
Especially I think that's a lot of reason why fans, including myself, like take this as the best arc, right?
mm-hmm.
It weeds out like the fucking, how do you say it? Like the wheat from the what's like the, how does the expression go?
Like the I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It weeds out people who like never actually got the story.
Yeah, because Thorfinn like is like in this like current arc is such an incredible character now, you know? Cuz like he's like grown a bit.
Right.
And
He's
like,
an actual character now. He's not a ring machine that makes noises.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Because I see a lot of people complaining, especially new viewers to season 1. They complain a lot about Thorfinn being this really edgy, annoying character.
Yeah.
Which is very true, but that's also kind of the point. He's been raised since he was 5 years old by a bunch of raiding, like thief Vikings, right?
Yeah, and he lost.
It's like the only thing that he knows how to be like.
Yeah. And
But because he's stupid, it's just that his environment made him that way, and like all his hatred for Askeladd and all that stuff too.
Yeah, and it's such a beautiful story because like it really shows the like the perils of like a revenge driven life, you know? Like you so easily lose purpose.
Right.
Once that person you're trying to kill dies, you know? Oh, it's just so fucking good.
It's because in a lot of ways, the season 1 is a revenge story. But in most stories, you would either give up on your revenge or get your revenge, and it feels meaningless afterwards.
Yeah.
But in Villain, it's neither. It's like circumstances out of Thorfinn's like hands are like remove the revenge aspect.
Yeah, and another thing,
and then that's when he realizes he's like he's shallow, like he's empty on the inside.
Yeah, and what's great about that is that they do it early, they do it in a really good way, and they don't drag it out for the entirety of the anime, right? Because a lot of shows will use the revenge plot point as like a driving force for the whole series, right? And
yeah,
that's not necessarily
it's like the prologue.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like a bad thing, right? However, if it's done badly, then it's like really evident, you know? Like I wouldn't say Attack on Titan did it like badly, right? I mean, not necessarily like Eren like wanting to get revenge. Like he just finds new revenge targets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the problem with Eren is he's kind of obnoxious in the early seasons.
Yeah.
Like he's very shouty about everything.
Yeah.
And Thorfinn, for the most part, is kind of quiet. Like he's being edgy in the corner almost.
Yeah. It's like a internal battle that he's really
like he only gets angry about Askeladd, like when he's taunting him, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Eren
is just always at like that 11 out of 10 level of intensity, which is really annoying early on.
Yeah, I like Samurai Champloo's revenge aspect. Yeah, it feels really good when it's done right, you know, and I think Vinland Saga does it flawlessly.
And revenge stories are so good, like in general, if you can make them right.
I mean that's why Redo of Healer was so good, you know?
True, bro. So true.
I mean, come on, like
I was gonna say that you know, we're not big on Twitter, so like I think that Last of Us 2 is a pretty good example too of a really good revenge story.
God damn, dude, you're the second person that has told me about Last of Us.
I haven't like it just the way it goes about telling its story is like,
yeah.
People hate that game because well, some of them are just straight out racist, and that's why I hate the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But there's like, I think people don't understand the point of the ending
Oh yeah. I mean,
because people are upset they can't kill that character
yeah,
when the whole point of the story is that you shouldn't kill that character.
yeah,
There's nothing to gain by killing that character.
yeah,
And having the play like the character, I can't remember her name now. Fuck, what's her name? Fuck, I can't remember her name. And having like her character make the decision that the player doesn't get to make. Like it's one of those decisions that's not in your hands.
yeah, yeah,
I think that upsets a lot of people
yeah. I can see
because I
that.
think a lot of people just want the choice to kill the other woman that I can't remember the name either.
Yeah,
Names are
yeah,
hard.
yeah. I actually I remember watching someone play through The Last of Us 2. Now that you mention it, it's all coming back to
Right.
me. And it was a
Yeah,
pretty good revenge story. I liked it.
yeah, and it is a good. Even at the end, I think that's kind of what. Yeah,
Yeah, same with like Game of Thrones. I
because
think.
the outcome of revenge stories is always can always be good. Like if they get the revenge, if they don't get the revenge, or like in Villain Saga's case where it doesn't get the revenge, but it's not like his choice
Yeah,
either. Like there's a way to make all those choices, like narrative choices, feel good in a revenge story.
yeah, yeah.
That's the power of a revenge story. You just need to frame it right.
Uh, they're just so, they're just like so like, they're kind of like isekais, but like,
Good.
yeah, better. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's hard to explain. It's like the catharsis almost.
Yeah, it's like
It's also another
I think it's like why we like
like,
cop movies. You know what I mean? Like
right.
you know,
Definitely the catharsis. There's something I really like about Villain Saga. That it's also what I like about Berserk and stuff like Samurai Champloo as well, which is like telling a not necessarily a deep story, but like an emotional story through violence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like you're
Like stories told through violence are fucking cathartic as fuck. They're just mm,
yeah, and they're like super like they're engaging because like when it comes to like a visual medium like anime, right? Like you really need the visuals
right,
to do a bit of the carrying when it comes to telling the story. You could go
right.
just completely based off like dialogue, right? But then you end up with something like Monogatari, right, where it
Oof,
you
oof.
you turn off a lot of the fan base because they're not willing to, or even like Tatsumi Galaxy, right? They're not willing to listen and read through and try to understand
Right.
the greater point of the series, right?
Yeah,
And find beauty in
violence.
it.
It just makes the monkey neurons in our brains light up, like violence does.
Yeah, exactly. Ook, ook.
Even like battle shonens are even. Yeah, it's a very like some of the most impactful moments in any battle shonen is like a well delivered fight scene, not just because of the visual spectacles, like the emotional stakes in those battles, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like that battle in Boku no Hero with like the all for one, like the fucking that like it's literally one punch fight,
yeah.
and it's like so emotional because there's like it's just a
Yeah, this
pretty
is
good story told through violence.
yeah. There's a lot win in it, and it's why like One Punch Man is so fucking good. You know,
Yeah,
like the way that one writes everything, like
yeah, that's good.
the dude's just
Good.
absolutely
Keep going.
good. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's yo, welcome Critical Anime Theory, Cat, aka Cat. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Benji, Mr. Bananas. We're gonna be reacting to the GIGGUK video. Brand new video, 30 minutes long, best anime of 2022.
All right.
What's up, Liberty? It's okay. This is the only
Uh-huh.
AniTuber we watch, which is GIGGUK.
Yeah.
That's mostly because we get views.
All right, give me that screen share, boy.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, hold on. Actually, no, it's not gonna fucking. Hey, hold on. Let me move some shit around. Let me hide that. And screen share this. Alrighty. Okay.
We're ready to judge.
Okay.
GIGGUK.
Once again, we've
Can you
reached
hear
the
it?
start of a new year, but before we say goodbye to
Okay.
I love it.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
2022 completely, I gotta say,
That's fine.
we got some pretty great anime, didn't we? 2022 was a year of heavy hitters in almost every genre of anime. Massively anticipated titles finally dropping and having the impact we thought they would. Big franchises continuing to another season and hitting even.
Was Demon Slayer last year?
Yeah, the district
Oh,
arc
yeah,
was
that's
in like
right.
winter, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I completely forgot about that. God,
It's kind of true. There's a lot of. I can agree with his initial point at least.
Yeah,
Probably gonna disagree with his like top anime, but because I can tell what they're gonna be. But
but there was a lot of
yeah, it's
big things.
a lot of variety.
Yeah.
Like there were even like decent isekais too, which is like rare.
Right.
harder.
Every
even
genre
though
really
all
like
Really popped off.
every genre really
Oh,
got like
that's right,
100
Bleach.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like fucking Bleach. One Piece is still like at its peak in terms of the anime adaptation. Fucking Mob Psycho, Attack on Titans, Demon Slayer. A lot of good continuations, I'd say.
Yeah, it was definitely
And
a
in Slice of
year.
Life, you have like stuff like Bochi and Healer Girl that we didn't watch that I don't really care to
Yeah.
watch, but
It was
like Aren Sun.
yeah, it was definitely a year for like legacy anime fans, like people who have been watching anime for a while.
That's a good year.
Yeah.
franchises getting resurrected and looking better than ever. 2022 was absolutely stacked, but what else happened in the world for us weebs? After 25 years, Ash finally broke his curse by becoming the Pokemon World Champion. News so big it was reported like a real sporting event as the world celebrated, allowing him to finally retire at the ripe old age of 11. Italy had a surprising visitor as a certain promiscuous video of Tifa Lockhart was accidentally played at their Senate, prompting the only...
Did you hear about that? That shit was
What? I
fucking
didn't know.
funny.
What?
Yeah,
Bro?
so yeah, on the Italian Senate, someone played Tifa Lockhart hardcore porn.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's fucking base.
Because they left their
I mean, isn't?
Wi-Fi on, or like the
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
yeah, they didn't secure the connection.
Anytime you'll ever see Italians more passionate than their pastor when asking for the source. This forever immortalized Tifa in Italy lore, becoming only the second person since Julius Caesar to be violently stabbed at a senate in Rome. Alright, what else was
Nice.
there? I got the climax to the biggest romance arc of my own life. 2022 was a bit of a quiet year in terms of anime news. We didn't get any particularly big shockers or controversies. Even anime didn't give us any wildly bad stinkers compared to previous years. But what we got instead was some bloody great anime. This year was brutally hard to narrow down my list of favorites so I don't spend 2 months making an hour-long video. Normally I try to omit sequels and continuations unless it does something
Yeah, I think
new
there's a
or
lot of
notable
anime
for me
that
to
really
talk
made me want to commit Sudoku this year.
Those-
There wasn't like something that was like so bad that it was unwatchable.
Yeah, I really do hope he puts summertime rendering high on the list.
Yeah, I think it will. He's gonna have like a lot of like basic choices, like a lot of the popular choices. And I'm assuming that includes Summertime Render, but that's like on the lower end of popular.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll see.
about, which
Yeah.
makes it messy because so many of them did this year. This is going to be the longest list in a while, so I had to be cutthroat if I didn't have much to say. My Hero Season 6 is the best My Hero has been in a long time, but still not quite good enough yet. JoJo had his hype murdered by Netflix, but is still more great JoJo. Bleach's return has been an absolutely incredible sight to witness. I'd forgotten Bleach could get this hype, but the last time I talked in depth about the OG Big Three,
Damn.
this happened. And I don't want to risk that for a video this big. Attack on Titan is also continuing to stamp its mark down on anime history. We got more incredible twists, more incredible hype, more of Eren being like,
Boss, you killed a child. Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss.
I'm just waiting
That's
for it to
true.
finally learn what the word final means in
Eren
final
really
season
like
before I fully
became a
cast-
fucking mass murderer, and like he just became a genocidal like maniac, and fans are like, no, you don't get it.
Yeah,
you don't get
yeah. We we're all a little fascist, okay?
Oh my god, this is literally that. This is literally that meme that people say that K-On fans are racist. Yeah, this is that. This is that meme, but like unironically.
Fascist Attack on Titan fans. Can confirm I binged JoJo half one and lost interest by the time they released two. Yep, that seems about right on par for the course. Yeah, I've had that happen a few times. As like things that have come out like way too late. You kind of just like
Yeah.
forget about them. But I mean, hey, at least it's getting made. You know, praise for fucking.
Yeah, I don't
March
get
comes
it why
in.
Netflix does this to anime.
Dude,
I don't know if it's like better for their like marketing model. I really don't get why the next Netflix jail is a thing when there's clearly a decent amount of pushback against it for a lot of anime.
it's just the market, man. It's what they.
I
What they're
remember
trying to
my
push.
Little Witch Academia suffered with this, and it was like, and it's sad because my Little Witch Academia was even a crowd-funded anime, like the original at least,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
original of the Asian movie. And to like for it to be stuck in Netflix jail was just sad to see. Like
I know,
a
man.
really good anime that definitely could have reached. I don't want to say mainstream, but it definitely could have been more popular. Just not being on Netflix jail.
For sure, for sure.
Judgment, which is why I'm glad this next season is called Attack on Titan. Final season, the final edition, part 1.
So,
Let's just get started. But
oh,
before
yeah,
we
isn't
move on to one of
the
the
last
great shows
arc gonna split into 3 as well, or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Or I'm fucking crying.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a movie, but I guess not.
Uh,
Okay.
no, I think it's like 2 movies or something like that. It's like I know it's divided in more parts, which is kind of funny.
That's fucking great. Okay, 1080. Just release one episode weekly. That's fine. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what goes through the minds of a lot of these like companies and executives and how they decide like content plans or whatever when it's like
right.
you already have like a tried and true model. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. I don't think if they don't understand sort of how the anime community operates
yeah, it's like
and how like seasonal heavy we sort of are.
yeah, it's like they don't understand the audience that they're like giving content to, you know?
Right.
But hey, maybe they never will. I'm gonna skip the ad for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oops. Fuck.
That's bro. 17.
Wait, what? Oh, Venus
Yeah,
line.
close enough. When I think about watching
Close
golf,
enough.
I think golf is one of those things I love to play, but when I watch it, you'd have a better chance of waking up a coma patient. So Birdie Wing came in with the monumental task of tackling the impossible problem. How do we make golf fun to watch? Gay girls, innit? Not golf enough for you? How about we add special golf
True.
attacks, golf with guns, an underground golf syndicate with golf Seto Kaiba
What?
in Golf Battle City where golfers have a golf duel to
fuck
the
was this
death.
anime?
One moment you could be watching a girl driving a ball through a moving train, and the next a dude is being assassinated on highway via rocket launcher. This
What the
anime is about
fuck?
as anime gets, and if you're willing to give it a chance, it will golf you so hard you will be golfed into submission. This was a bloody wild ride from start to finish, and by the end of it, you'll be excitedly singing along to the catchy opening every time.
Okay, so I actually had heard about that anime. If I recall correctly from the time that it had released, I think there were just other like the list was too heavy, and like I just couldn't fit it in. This wasn't really too interesting.
Right. 'Cause I thought this was like a cute girls doing golf things. But I guess it's like an action show apparently,
yeah.
which that actually looks kind of fun.
It kind of reminds me of Skate the Infinity. I like how you can
Right.
tell if a show is gonna be horny by the way they draw under boob shadow.
Oh, true.
That's very true. Yeah.
Reminds me of Salvador's philosophy in nipples in anime. Yeah, like his philosophy is that if the nipples are well drawn in anime, then it's a quality anime.
Nice. I like that.
I'm still yet to find an anime where this does not check out.
Dude, the Japanese understand quality and culture and appreciate the finer things in life, like underboob and zentai ryoki. Okay, those are the two things that are just like
Yeah.
highest of quality. Okay.
I mean, Japan did pioneer the boob physics.
Exactly.
Alright.
Every season, we get 1 or 2 new anime with the stupidest fucking concept of all time. Like they had a dartboard of random ideas that they tried to crash into each other and going, hey guys, what if this works? What's incredible is when it actually does. Panipi Kome, or your boy Kongming, yes, that's the official translated title, asks
Yeah, boy.
what happens if legendary Chinese tactician Zhuge Liang gets reborn to modern-day Tokyo to become the manager of an EDM idol and leads the girl to stardom using the art of war. It's an absurd idea that looks even more absurd on screen, but all it took was one look at the opening for me to go, you son of a bitch, I'm in. It instantly grabs you with this infectious charm and holds on tight. Whether you're seeing a breakdown of how ancient war tactics can be used to gain Twitter followers, or watching a historic Chinese figure spitting some fire bars in a rap battle. I know what you're already jokingly typing. Best rapper since Eminem. Wrong. Yeah, Eminem's alright, but has he ever roasted a dude so hard he fucking dies?
二臣贼子，你枉活其实有六，条断脊之拳，从未见过有如此。
You murder with guns. Kongming murders with
Emotional damage.
but past the bizarreness, it never forgets the beating heart
Amazing.
behind it. Like Kongming, we're cheering for every step closer Eiko takes towards stardom. Her journey into music was so well done, you forget the absurdity of the premise. And that's the real heart of this show, because I can't even begin to describe the unbridled satisfaction of cheering for this girl to succeed, and by the end, seeing her move closer
She's very
to
likable.
achieving her dream way.
Yes.
Did I just get tricked into watching an idol anime?
Okay.
Kinda.
One important distinction or like flaw, I guess you would need to point out, is that like in the middle part of the show, like in between like the episodes like 6 to 8, I would say it kind of like loses its footing a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Indulge
I would say
itself.
the mid part is a bit weak.
Yeah, but the finisher and the beginning are definitely the
Yeah.
strongest points of it.
Good anime.
Yeah, which
There's a lot of reasons why this anime shouldn't work,
yeah,
but it does.
yeah, which is like it's understandable the approach that they took when making it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought those reasons might be the opening, though, not gonna lie.
right.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is cool, but have you ever sat there and asked yourself, is there anything we can possibly do to make John Wick even better? Gay girls, isn't it? Licorice Recoil takes a simple approach. You like cute girls, you like guns, we're gonna give cute girls some guns. So what happens if you add beautifully adorable anime girls into a gun-toting spy action thriller? Well, you get something
Boring
like
ass
this.
anime.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Somehow we have a show that attempts to straddle the perfect middle ground between moe slice of life and hardcore action. You have a dark terrorist plotline where the stakes are high, people are getting murdered, there are intense gunfights straight out of a Max Payne game. And then we cut to a scene where the girls are like, this deserves to be on the list.
This is
not for
comedy.
Giving us the most
Yes.
precious duo to come out of 2022. But if you're still like, okay, but how is this any better than John Wick? Well, yeah.
If I need your body, I'll fucking.
Dude, GIGGUK's videos are
Right.
fucking gutted.
Nice.
Okay, do you think you would have liked this show a bit more if it didn't have like such a like blind fan base to it?
I don't know. Maybe it's like it's a boring action show. It's kind of if I agree that they try to balance the slice of life with the action stuff. It just doesn't really work. Like it's kind of hard for me to pretend that these are woo kawaii girls when they kill people and feel nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they try to balance things out that in my head don't really mix. And the only reason why people are ignoring this because Yuri, and it's like the shittiest Yuri ever. It's like all the characters are. I don't want to say generic, but yeah, they're like very saltless. Like they're like they're anime characters in an anime. It's
Yeah, I
don't know. This is a bit too much anime for me.
I'm disappointed in the quality of the Yuri baits. Yes, they need to be stronger. Yeah, it seems like this show picked like 5 different directions and didn't really commit to any of them, and then you kind of
Yeah, it doesn't do any of them particularly well. That's kind of like my problem.
Yeah, but it just like it looks impressive, right, on like the surface, you know.
Yeah, like you can like smack your brain against the wall and enjoy this anime because it has like decent action scenes and cute girls that like have pretty good designs. I think one of the strongest strengths of this anime are the designs.
Do you remember that music anime with that girl, the pink-haired girl, and like
Yeah,
that boy that played piano?
it totally reminds me of that. I
It's-
can remember the name of that
it's-
anime though.
Yeah, it seems like it's the exact same show, but if you made the boy a girl.
Yeah, I would say this one is better. Maybe that's why. Maybe because it is a girl instead of a guy. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that anime. It's like Symphony or
If you want
some
your
shit.
anime to be better, just add Yuri.
Just make a Yuri. Like
Exactly.
just make a Yuri and then put action scenes. It's fine.
Marin is still
This
the best girl of
motherfucker would put this
2022.
shit on there.
It's not because she reminds me of my wife.
Hey guys, it's your girl. They're the same picture.
Okay.
Yeah, sadly, gonna talk more about.
Let's be honest. He only put that in there to fill it out. You know what I mean? Come on.
It's not even the. Fucking, I don't even know if it's the type of show GIGGUK likes. Like this man doesn't get K-On! I find it hard to believe that he likes a show like
Yeah.
Dress Up Darling, which is a good show. I like Dress Up Darling. I just
Yeah.
he had nothing to say about it, which is kind of.
You know, he
Kinda sad. It's like-
he did it for his wife. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, it's fine. I respect the simping for your wife.
This year we were graced with World Cup fever, which was a blessing because we got not one but 2 great football anime, introducing weebs to the wonderful experience of watching a bit of footy at the pub.
Don't. Just, you can't miss this. You can't miss. You can't miss this. He's bloody missed it.
He's bloody missed it.
Aoashi was probably the most overlooked sports anime this year. Production IG just kill it every freaking time they do a sports show, and this was no
is so
exception.
true.
Okay, motherfuckers. You have you can't just show the good. You gotta show the shit. Okay. There were some very
yeah.
questionable scenes in Awashi. Okay, I'll say.
I mean, there's yeah. The anime does feel a bit padded, right? For 20-something episodes, they could have progressed the story quite a bit more and the characters, right?
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's a good soccer anime, and I'll fucking take what I can get.
Showcasing
Oh, yeah,
the high
true.
quality they've done before with Haikyuu and Kuroko and bringing that hype to football.
Yeah, bro.
The Lulok came
No,
along and
no,
went,
no,
no.
Look at this baby.
You cannot compare this
to
to Kuroko or IQ.
No.
You cannot compare this to IQ or Kuroko. Not
Hell
not even
fucking
in terms of story or production.
Dude.
Like you cannot. Like Kuroko, just in terms of production, not even close. Like I'm not saying this is worse than Kuroko no Basket in terms of an experience, but like, and oh my god, like Kuroko no Basket just puts this anime to shame in terms of quality of production. It's
okay,
insane.
Kuroko and Awashi have the same pacing, right? But they're like vastly different in
Right.
terms of like their
Yeah, even the type of series they try to be is very different.
yeah
Kuroko's like almost in the category of superpower sports anime,
yeah, and it's like
and this is more like normal, like
Yeah, more grounded in
IQ. Like
reality,
IQ is semi-normal, I guess.
yeah, like I
And even then, man.
it's definitely closer to Haikyuu, right? But you know the obvious
Right.
visual quality drop off is just not there.
Yeah, even the story, I'd say IQ is better. Like,
Oh yeah,
story.
100%. Its story is
It's
incredible.
like- This is a good sports anime. I've seen some people try to pretend this is some underrated, underappreciated, unknown sports anime that's one of the best of the genre. It's not. It's
I'll-
a solid 7 out of 10.
Awashi is baby steps, right? Like
Dude,
I enjoyed baby
so
steps as much as I liked Awashi, right? And has
Yeah.
there been like better done like sports anime or like better done like tennis anime, you know? And there
Right.
probably has been. I just probably haven't watched them.
Actually, I'm thinking about it. I
Don't
think there
think
is,
so.
which is
Yeah.
kinda
I just
depressing.
okay, whatever.
Depressing.
Okay, I guess they can't do
Not gonna lie.
fucking tennis. Okay, whatever. Let's just continue.
Real football. None of that friendship bullshit. We're doing a football battle royale where the entire point is being selfish and egotistical. This broke every cardinal rule previous sports anime had set up and was some of the most fun I had all year. But you know what was more anime than both these anime this year? The World Cup itself, baby.
Bro.
Upset after upset.
Top 10 anime.
We had the
How many
drama.
fucking
We had
plot
one of the
twists?
greatest
Right.
World Cup finals of all time. Messi securing his status as the absolute GOAT. Mbappe carrying France. Boeing 747 carrying Belgium and Germany. England being...
Harry Kane penalty is inevitable. He scores 100 times out of 100.
England. Japan keeping the ball 1 millimeter in play to score the winning goal against Spain. Just what the hell were the script writers thinking? Yeah, this was actually the best sports anime of the year. Fuck these other two.
True. Yeah, the Japan's shonen arc through the World Cup, best anime.
Dude, I know we were so close to getting like a Japanese like realistic like IRL like anime adaptation. So close.
Yeah, it was fucking insane.
Stellar action,
It's
compelling
opening,
plot
yes.
lines, interesting
Yes.
characters, all reasons we watch the anime we do. But I ask you, can a show be worth watching solely for vibes? Yes. Call of the Night is the anime that speaks to the soul of anyone who's ever been a night owl in their lives. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Come on, it's 3 a.m. We're in fucking D-Gen hours now. What are you still doing awake watching YouTube videos?
Dang. So
Liam,
attacked.
there's just something comforting about wandering
I've
the
done that.
lonely bustling streets in the dead of night. Unless you're in America, and this is the feeling Call of the Night perfect.
Dude, that's so true. So like anyone watching this show, right? That's in America, the whole time you're just thinking like, "Oh, like why aren't they getting shot?" Right? Or even when the police try to go after them like, "Oh, why aren't the police shooting them?" Or like why is there only like bananas? Like I should like you see all the memes, you see all the news or whatever, but legitimately like okay, this won't necessarily happen to you. It depends on like where you are in the US, right? But if you're a certain ethnicity and you're in the wrong part of town, they will send like 5 cop cars after you, right? For just walking around at night doing absolutely nothing. Like it's what's fun. It is funny because like there's like this TV show right now with Steven Seagal, who's like this like American actor turned like Russian convoy, and he's like now like I think he's like betrayed the U.S. or some shit. Anyways, but he does this thing called Aikido vision, and I shit you not, he thinks he can like see with his. He thinks he has Sharingan, dude.
And they like that fake ass martial art that
Yeah.
he does. No,
Yeah, yeah,
Steven
yeah.
Seagal's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so like he was a cop, a voluntary cop in like this town in Virginia.
Steven Seagal is like that Shunibyo, like the 8th
Dude.
grade syndrome kid that never grew
Yes.
up.
Exactly.
He's
This man will see people like he'll just see like people walking around at night, and then he like turns to the camera and he does like this face indicating he's using Aikido vision. He's like, "Oh, they put something in their pockets. Let's pull them over and arrest them." Like that's what would happen if the show took place in America. It would be over after episode 1 because the kid would get shot. You know, like
Dang.
like actually. But I mean, it's a nice sentiment to think about. You know what I mean? To be able to walk around at night, that'd be pretty cool.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You can do that in Lisbon either.
Cityscapes dazzle you. The empty streets invite you in as the gentle soundtrack soothes you in to the. That's enough now. It's time to go to sleep. Yeah.
All those people who called me a sleepwalker, I woke up. Now I'm going back to sleep.
So true. So deep.
Let's
Every
go.
year, there's always a gem of an anime that gets stripped away of all the potential hype it could have had because it's in the jail of some streaming platform that doesn't promote it. And this year, there was no bigger tragedy than Summertime Render being locked behind Disney+. What do you get if you cross ReZero with a Higurashi? This show, a dude returns home on an island to attend a friend's
A
funeral.
good show.
Okay, for like as much as I hate all of the things he just mentioned, all those things put
Yeah.
together made a really good fucking show.
True.
Like, yeah,
This is like the good version of Igarashi, you know, that I think about it.
yeah, it's
With characters that actually make sense and plot progression that makes sense.
yeah,
Holy
like
shit.
yeah, it's funny.
This is just good Igarashi, we did it.
Yeah, unlike Licorice Recoil, who picked 5 different lanes and couldn't commit to any of them, right? This show picked 5 different lanes, committed to all of them, and still did it well. So,
Based.
yeah, based.
something's off.
Yeah,
People
actually,
are acting
like,
strange.
it
Something
did
doesn't
everything right,
quite
right?
add up to the events of his friend's death, but no one wants to talk about it. There's an air of unease that something terrifying is going on behind the scenes. Then, before you can even begin to paint a picture of what horrors are really lying underneath, he dies. That was episode 1. This is the kind of show that pulls you in from its opening episode and refuses to ever let go. It shows us the stakes and never gives us a moment to breathe. It presents you with this intriguing mystery, solves it in 2 episodes, and gives you 10 more, only to do the same thing over again. You're constantly on your toes, and just as soon as you think you've figured out the rules of the game, boom, it hits you with a new twist that changes everything.
And what's the twist?
New boobs.
It will keep you guessing, keep you thinking, all the way up to the final episode. And the only big criticism I can lay against it is that I need to give Disney my hard-earned money to watch it.
Did somebody mention the door to darkness?
Okay, it is. Summertime Rendering is genuinely a very, 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 very good anime, right?
Yes, I totally agree.
I genuinely think that he only put it at number 10. It could have very well been a lot higher, right?
Right.
But it's a little bit of
See
bias.
Demon Slayer on the screen. I'm already upset.
Yeah,
but
I know.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
a
Also,
little bit of bias, you know.
this motherfucker was saying back in the movie. No, he said it when this fucking anime ended. This was a 10 out of 10. So I'm assuming everything above this is a 10 out of 10.
Right.
Which I'm probably gonna be upset about.
One thing I've learned about the anime community is the more popular a show is, the cooler you get for calling it mid. So, here you go. Demon Slayer Season 2 is mid. Way between great and bloody fantastic.
No.
And also midway up your mum.
No.
It doesn't have the most complex
It's
characters,
alright.
it doesn't have the most original plots, but whatever it doesn't have, it makes up for in pure, undistilled hype. If actions speak louder than words, Demon Slayer is fucking screaming. The Entertainment District arc reaches an audio-visual experience few anime series can ever match, raising the bar for Studio
That's
UFO
very true,
tables
yeah.
already insanely high standards. When you tell UFO table that your amp goes up to 11, they go, yeah, that's cute, and turns theirs up to 30. An adaptation like this shows that even people at the top of their field can strive to improve their craft. Because what they've delivered is an anime with the highest level of spectacle it can get. You hold your breath, waiting for that one climactic moment.
Okay.
It builds and builds, and you're on the edge of your seat, anticipating when that peak's gonna
Okay,
come.
okay.
And just when you think the hype can't get
Hold
even
on, hold on,
higher,
hold
it
on. I wanna-
smashes
let him
past it to a
cook.
point you ever
Let him
thought
cook.
it could go. Your mind goes blank, taking in one of the most jaw-dropping visual spectacles anime has ever seen. And only then, when everything is said and done, do you remember to take a breath again.
Okay.
So, my biggest gripe with this is she's showing the last two, three
Yes.
episodes, and you're like, yeah, this was the best thing ever made. Let me just show nitpick the really cool action scenes. Like, that's the only thing that's in the anime. Like, even the action scene filled episodes of like 10 minutes of people talking to each other and like, and their monologues and bullshit.
Yeah, let's just skip all the fucking
Yeah, let's skip the
boring-ass-
7 episodes of the cringiest fucking humor I've ever seen in an anime.
right? And like let's
But yeah, it's cool. It's shiny, bro. It's on my screen and it's fast and shiny. Fucking 10 out of 10, bro.
yeah, and the fucking
It's an alright anime. I don't like the word mid. The word mid is kind of fucking cringe.
Yeah, and the
It's an
fucking,
alright anime.
what's it called? The brother character being introduced like halfway through the climax, only for it to like try to make you care about it in the end, and then kind of.
Oh yeah, like the last scene after their heads are cut off. That's when they get the backstory. That's when I'm meant to care.
Yeah.
I really felt for those characters. They
Just-
weren't canon fodder or anything.
It just completely betrays like the entire first initial half of Demon Slayer, like in the first season when they do like actual character build up and like they make you feel for the demons. You know what I mean? But nope. Here you just I don't know what the fuck the guy's thinking. Like honestly, I don't know what the writer's thinking. At fucking all, right? This motherfucker must have been paid a bag to just
It's like
pivot
it's
his
not
story.
poorly written. It's just generically written, right? It's like if you spend your whole life watching Naruto and Dragon Ball and like Bleach and One Piece, like this guy definitely has. It's what you would write.
I mean, but he had
But you would like. But the difference is that those writers, like the Black Clover writer, actually, or like even the Boku no Hero, even though I'd argue with that one, they can add a twist to it, right? They can make it their own. Demon Slayer is nothing to call its own besides a fucking phenomenal adaptation of Ufotable, which is like shiny and pretty, and
Yeah.
every time you look at the fucking dialogue, you want to fucking commit Sudoku, but it's fine because it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, there was just so much to like be had, right? Like when you get like the initial episode, right, with everyone's dying, then he does like the rock cutting, like little arc, and then like when he fights like the Spider Family arc, like that was really fucking good, dude. Like it was incredible. Even the minor demons that he killed, like there was a backstory to them, right? Like they were. It just feels so phoned in, right? Like the Entertainment District arc, you know what I mean? Like from the Mugen Train arc on.
It would be better without their backstory, I think. Like
just don't even say anything. Just fucking kill the motherfucker.
Yeah, just let him die. Just let him die. Like, and if it would make it better, I enjoy it so much more than it's trying to be emotionally manipulative.
Yeah, I mean it's
because it's alright for like I think it's finer in the earlier parts where it's like okay, the demons like have like a story, right? They used to be human, and most of the ones that he kills in the first season, they're like pretty minor demons. They're like just henchmen basically.
Yeah, it's
so it's almost nice to see their backstory. But like when you spend the whole arc talking about how unredeemable this woman is, and then as brother for some like the fucking brush was out of nowhere, and then you try to make them empathetic right at the end after they are literally dying. It's like you're just wasting time because you have seen other shonen do this and you're copying them, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, and it's like he can't just let a demon die. Like he has to do the like backstory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like character as even villains need sad backstories, so I'm gonna write one, even if it doesn't add anything.
And not only that, it's not like he didn't have time either. Right? Like he spent the whole first part like just talking like just making some of the dumbest fucking jokes, like some of the worst dialogue ever, you know?
So bad. It's like Dragon Ball had better humor, and Dragon Ball is very uncomfortable humor for today's standards.
Yeah, right.
Alright.
After all the non-related by blood antics I've seen in anime, I'd almost forgotten what a real family should look like. But thankfully, Spy X Family was the wholesome medicine I needed to cleanse my mind once more, even if this family is technically not related by blood. This is the latest in the X series, where weebs can never agree whether the X is silent or not. And there's this one guy I talked to last year that called this Spy multiplied by family. That's not a joke, just Sulak, if you're watching this, what the fuck, mate? Next time you do that, I'm actually calling the cops. Going in, the show was touted to me as a gag anime, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually find it that funny. But that didn't matter because every episode left the biggest smile on my face regardless. Watching Spy X Family reminded me of the types of old school shows I'd watch with my mum and dad on a Sunday evening when we'd spend time with each other. The type of show you'd put on at Christmas that helps bring everyone together. Sometimes it's not about having a super deep, interconnected plot line, but a simple story that'll brighten up your day no matter what and help you appreciate the family you have around you.
Okay,
so true, Bombs.
That was an interesting take that he had on it. I mean, I don't see it that way, right?
I think the comedy is funny. I don't like.
Yeah. That's the thing that got me. I'm like, dude, it is a funny show. Like it's genuinely.
Yeah, it's not even that like the script is necessarily hilarious. It's just that the facial directing makes it really funny. Like the expressions the characters have.
Yeah, and they pick.
Which for someone who was just praising Demon Slayer for his visuals would probably notice, I think, but I guess not. Doesn't matter. It's like this. It's like this anime. Like a lot of.
He probably picked the order that would get him the most views. Okay, let's be honest here.
True.
Right?
True. He definitely likes Demon Slayer more than Spy Family. Because, Demon Slayer's a 10 out of 10.
Right.
The legacy of Gundam is one of the most storied and important franchises in all of anime.
Oh
But
shit,
with
Yuri
this
Gundam,
legacy
let's
and
go.
the sheer number of iterations preceding it, every new Gundam comes in with the challenge of having to figure out what can this Gundam do that no other Gundam has ever done. Gay girls, isn't it? Gundam the
Did it,
Witch
right?
Mercury
You just
is
put
the
Yuri in it.
Gundam we've needed for the longest time.
put Yuri on
Something that
everything, make
wipes
it
the slate
better.
clean for new fans to be able to jump in while not forgetting why people watch Gundam in the first place. It's hard to do a fresh take on such an old franchise, but The Witch from Mercury seems to be doing exactly that. This is no war between nations, but a war between corporations. Here is a world where profit and power reign
Capitalism.
supreme. Elon Musk is having a wet dream in a corner. The politics of war have been replaced with the politics of companies, proving that corporate drama can be just as gripping if you add the right conflict.
This is literally
Because
capitalism,
Gundam has
bad.
never been just about the giant robot
Is this my
fights.
socialist? Is this my
Alright,
first
let's talk about the
socialist
giant
anime?
robot fights.
We did.
Giant robot fights are awesome. Studio Sunrise have pulled out all of their expertise to make
I
this
mean, I would say that Blood Iron Orphans is also of the same vein and like anti-establishment.
Oh yeah.
You know
How
what I
about the
mean?
Narcissus? It's fucking. Yeah, that's true. I guess that one is more like about governments and like less about. It's like most, in terms of story premise, is more similar to other Gundams.
Yeah, they went more of the
Capitalism is bad. Okay,
yeah,
bro.
like racism route in like the blood iron orphans. Or like, I mean, they kind of do
True.
that here too with the Earthian and like Mars people, right?
Yeah.
But like it's not as bad because like even the corporations are willing to use Earthians and like orphans for like to like their own end. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Like
right.
like the giving that. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like that one dude having as much power as he did, right, for being the kind of person that he is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't really necessarily make sense to me, right? But I'm like, okay, cool. I guess
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like
kinda
I guess
see it.
it's like meant to be like the commentary, like almost.
Yeah. So, but well, let's
Yeah,
see what
I
he
guess.
It's
I
the
don't know.
best looking mecha show it can be, from the flashiest battle to the smallest details. I mean, just listen to the sound design.
Yeah, the sound looks gorgeous.
Now, I could have shown you some of its incredible animation or its orgasmic music, but nobody ever thinks about sound design. And if it can get us to notice small things like this, extrapolate that to what that means for the rest of the production values. Let's just forget about the fact that there's no sounds in space though. This is a AAA production from top to bottom, and it isn't afraid to flaunt it every episode. The Witch from Mercury isn't
Yeah,
just here to compete
this
with
is so
other
true.
Gundams.
This
It
is
isn't just
Sunrise
here to
back at
compete
full
with other
power.
mechas. It's here to stand toe to toe with the
I love
best
that
things
scene.
out right now. If you're new to
Hell
anime
yeah.
here, if you've never seen a mecha in your life and you need a reason to get into giant robots, this is it.
I mean, Gurren Lagann exists, but okay. I guess you can watch this too. But to be fair, if you watch Gurren Lagann, you can watch any other mecha show.
Okay, again, GIGGUK is doing the same thing. He's not. He's giving you like slices of the show, right?
Right.
But there is a significant amount of like just straight dialogue, right? And there is a little bit of a dull, right? Like we experienced, like what we were saying.
I mean, it's fine when you want to showcase an anime, I guess. But it's like,
Yeah.
again, this man said Demon Slayer season 2 was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, with only
So-
showing the last couple episodes.
These are all 10 out of 10s. That's
Yeah.
what I'm assuming.
Dude, and you watched the final episode of Mercury, right?
I haven't yet. I'm still
Oh,
like
you motherfucker.
halfway
Okay,
through.
it's the one saving grace in my opinion of Mercury. It seals
Dude, I
up
swear to God, everyone dies. Is where it's at.
it seals up itself to be a Gundam series.
If someone from the main cast doesn't die, it's about Gundam.
It is doing what it's supposed to. I'll say that. And I'm
Dude,
excited.
I am. Yeah, I would. I know people will die. It wouldn't be a Gundam without it.
I know, right? Like it's
People need to die in a Gundam.
I'm so
It's just,
fucking excited for the second half of this show. That's all I can say. Right?
Hell yeah.
Is it better than Blood Iron Orphans? No, I think it's too far gone. It'll never get to that level, but I still think it's gonna be a good Gundam series. Right? It's not Seed for sure.
Yeah. I think the Armed Blood Orphans is just. It's hard to describe why it's so good, right? It just is really good.
Oh yeah, I think it's an.
It has like an incredibly like vast cast of likable characters, and even the villains are like funny almost. They're
Yeah.
like
they're well done.
It's such a good show.
Everything is just well
Yeah.
done. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
This one has like anime characters, I'd say.
Yeah,
There's like,
more
if
more
that makes sense.
tropey.
There's like some over exaggerated tropey characters.
Yeah.
Every generation, we get a genre-defining show, one that fans look back on as the pinnacle of the genre at that time, that sold them on what could be so great about it. And I believe that Kaguya-sama has become just that. When I started Kaguya, I thought it was just going to be some formulaic gag manga. Two people that don't want to confess, they find the most convoluted, roundabout way to avoid confessing, and then they don't confess. But what I didn't initially notice is that even though it seems episodic, every new gag, every new skit adds a little bit more. Piece by piece, a layer gets added to each character, each of the cast members. It continues to build, continues to add on itself. And before you know it, it feels like this group of dimwits have become your own friends. You start to cherish every single second you get to put the show on, and that's the real magic of Kaguya. Beyond the gags, beyond the antics, it just becomes a joy to spend time with all of them. You fall in love with this ensemble, so this season, when it follows through and delivers through the build-up we were promised, it results in one of the most satisfying climaxes you can find in romance. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. These are all generational anime people talk about as the shows that introduced them into anime, but once you get past the shonen mega hits, you'll find these other shows fans look back on that served as their definitive gateways into other genres. Without Haruhi, I would have never got into high school anime. Code Geass stood as that mecha show every non-mecha fan watched. I know exactly what generation you're from if K-On! Introduced you to the slice of life moe genre, and
I have things to say about Code
Kaguya-sama is going
Geass.
to be the anime this new generation of fans reminisce about when they talk about how they got into romance anime.
Okay, I wouldn't agree with that, but yeah.
I mean, I kind of get what he's trying to say, but at the same time, it's it, uh, Kaguya is more appreciated if you know other romance anime.
Okay.
Any like more rom-com anime, I think.
Do you want to hear a hot take?
All right, let's go.
I think gamers got a lot of people more than Kaguya-sama ever will into romance anime. I'm not saying
maybe, yeah.
more people
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
one or the other. I'm saying for a show that got people into high school anime, I genuinely think gamers pulled more people into the genre than most any other recent show. Because I think before that, it was Nisekoi, right?
Right. Yeah, Nisekoi is definitely more marking than Kaguya for like, or maybe you consider Nisekoi a less like previous gen.
Yeah, and then Nisekoi and like Toradora, right? Like those shows.
Yeah,
I
or is
view
like
as, like
2007, I think. 2009, maybe.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
shows are like the defining markers that pull people in. But I've
Yeah.
seen way too many people that have like been like, oh, dude, this anime is so good for a high school anime, and they fucking show gamers, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I think Kaguya is better when you have seen more romance
Yes.
anime, right? More rom-coms anime. It's good on its own, but you can appreciate it more after you've seen more of the other stuff. I don't really consider it to the gateway. Especially not in the same way Code Geass is, because Code Geass is just Gundam for, dumb 14-year-olds. That's why it's a lot of people's gateway into mecha anime.
yeah,
Because it's like, it's very non-offensive. It's
yeah.
like, it's not generic. It's just very safe in a lot of approaches it takes. It's like, if you've seen any Gundam, there's nothing in Code Geass that's gonna like surprise you.
Yeah, I don't think.
But it's also like as good character designs as good animation.
Yeah,
It has like a memorable like soundtrack, so it's good for new people to get into mecha anime.
Yeah, I don't know if Code Geass was that anime for its time. I think G Gundam was more. I think it was more so other shows, right? Like sprinkled over, like.
I mean, I don't know. Code Geass
Bigo.
was like.
But like the thing
G
was is that
Gundam.
Code Geass wasn't on Toonami like on the weekdays, right? Like from like what he was
Right.
referencing, right? Most of those shows were on like the weekday Toonami block or like
Right.
the
I
Saturday
think
night
this means
block.
like in the early ages of the anime fandom, like in 2000 and like 2007, 2008.
Yeah, like I would more so give it to like like G Gundam, Zoids, like
Fucking Zoids.
00, right? Like the Big O, like most even what's it called? Full Metal Panic.
Good old Full Metal Panic.
What was the other one? What's the other one with the guy on the surfboard? Because there was a lot of random.
No, Rekka 7.
Yeah, Rekka 7. Like there
Man.
was like a lot of random like mecha animes that were.
I'm gonna lie. Now that you're like describing early 2000s mecha, goddamn. This is literally why mecha's dying as a genre. Such shit fucking anime, I swear to God.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, let's see what his next
It's
one
fine.
is.
Chainsaw Man came into this year with an
Okay,
almost impossible amount
yeah.
of hype to meet. But did it rise up to the challenge and prove us all wrong with this first season? No. But what we got was still pretty damn good. It's been a long time since I've seen an anime explode onto the scene this hard and this fast. For the inconceivable expectations it had, the craziest thing is that it almost stepped up to the plate to meet them. In the highly popular, highly competitive scene of safe, marketable shonen action shows, it blasted in, gave the middle finger and went, fuck you, I'm gonna grab some titties. It's savage. It's out there. It's a show called Chainsaw Man, and it gave us a man that's a chainsaw. What the fuck do we have to complain about? The hype this show produced could only ever really be matched by how horny it made the fan base. You got power fans. Now here's their perfect girl. I too like women who don't shower, don't wipe smells, and leave their logs unflushed. Oh, why yes, how could you tell I play Super Smash Brothers? Then you have the Kobeni fans. Oh yes, my waifu is suffering, isn't she so adorable? Then there's Himeno fans. Then there's Makima. Never before has a character been so perfectly designed, so unequivocally unmatched, so incomparably unparalleled at eliciting the horny. If No Nut November was an impossible dungeon, she would be the final boss standing at the end of it. Every word, every action, every line she utters got you going like, my mind's telling me yes, but my body's telling me
So true.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
The real question is, can Mappa carry on this insane quality they've given us with this adaptation into future seasons? Because it might not have met the hype this time, but after that last episode, when those final credits rolled, I had one thought that engulfed my mind over everything else. We ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, they always fucking say that. First of all. Second of all, now Bananas, you must answer the question. Did you like Jujutsu Kaisen more, or did you like Chainsaw Man more?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because I already have my answer. My answer is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Fuck.
I like Jujutsu.
I actually don't know.
I like Jujutsu Kaisen way more than I liked Chainsaw Man.
Dang.
And this is only
strong words, my dude.
This is only within a vacuum of Chainsaw Man versus Jujutsu Kaisen. I think realistically, comparatively, they're like very close shows in terms of like quality, right? But I personally like the progression. I like the world, and I like most of everything that Jujutsu Kaisen like offers, right?
Right.
I think that Chainsaw Man doesn't do anything necessarily like egregious or wrong, right?
Right.
It's more so about the presentation of ideas and like how it laid everything out in its first season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing that would have pulled away Chainsaw Man for me, as opposed to Jujutsu, would be if Chainsaw Man stayed on that more like abstract, non-conforming, like train that it was on.
It's hard to compare the shows as well. I mean, it's easy to compare to like to some extent, but I feel like if Chainsaw Man had 24 episodes like Jujutsu Kaisen had, I think might have been a harder decision.
Yeah.
Because I think the next 12 episodes are gonna be better than the first 12.
Yeah. There is no
But
wrong answer, by the way,
it's
so I would say.
Right. I think Chainsaw Man is like better production. Not that, Jujutsu Kaisen is really well produced, but Chainsaw Man is like all the stops.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I like characters more in Jujutsu Kaisen, but I sort of like the directing a bit more in Chainsaw Man. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to go with Jujutsu Kaisen for now, at least.
Based.
I think a lot of it is it just Chainsaw fandoms is like so fucking annoying. It like every time I want to give credit to Chainsaw Man, I just think about it didn't impair my enjoyment of the show, but it's just fandoms are just so annoying for animes that get this popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's there's definitely a bias there against Chainsaw Man, and yeah, which they're both pretty good, but like
Yeah. You should definitely watch both. But
yeah, I give them both like I think we gave them both like 8 out of 10 rates or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Similar ratings.
Yeah, they're both, go watch both. Good anime.
Yeah, great shit. Oh.
If you know me, you know
My
I don't
fucking
like
God.
slice of life. I don't like moe shows. I don't like cute girls doing cute things. So believe me when
Oh, he
I
likes
say
one of the
that
most generic
Bocchi
ones,
the
okay.
Rock, a moe slice of life show where cute girls do cute things is something really special. What makes it so special?
Oh my god.
Gay girls, isn't it? Wait, not this time. Bocchi is a show about this awkward gremlin who joins a band in
I
hopes
wish
that
they
she
were
gets
good.
over her crippling social anxiety and achieve the popularity she never had. I know what you're thinking. Wait, I've seen this before. It was called Komi-san or Watamote or Hitori Bocchi. Yes. What sets Bocchi apart is just how above and beyond it goes with this animation to convey these she just like me for real moments. Characters go in and off model. Animators just fucking give up at times. People start glitching in and out of reality. You may or may not have done the exact same things that Bocchi does, but you feel her in your fucking soul.
この扱いのさ、明日のライブが今から想像できる。
At first, I was worried that this was going to be a one-trick pony. Turns out it's a 10-trick pony in a farm of 100 ponies. When you think you get
I
the joke, when
disagree.
you think
I
you know
definitely
what's
think it's a
coming,
very
the
one-trick
animators
pony.
hits you with something completely new that conveys this terrifyingly relatable feeling in a way only animation can do. This made me laugh more than any other show this year. It wasn't gut-busting laughter. It was more like, oh god, I felt exactly the same way. God damn it, Bocchi, why are you doing this to me? This is triggering my fight or flight response. Get out of my mind. Get out.
I'm not surprised the Redditor likes the Reddit
There is
anime.
a single
Can't
bone
even,
in your
like-
body, something in you will drag out a core memory you
This
buried
was
deep
literally
in the
made
recesses
for
of your
Reddit,
mind.
maybe
that
by Reddit
intrusive
even.
thought that hits you at 3 a.m. And God, I didn't even talk about the music.
Oh, okay. Before he goes on the music, yes, Watamote is the real good one. I think Watamote, right, is better. Whatever. It's like, you know what I mean? Like he fully recognizes.
Like I knew this was gonna be on the list because it's a Reddit anime and GIGGUK is like a Redditor. Like I think it's I totally agree with this point about the animation style. Like Bocchi's greatest strength is its directing. It's very unapologetic in a good way about introducing new ways of saying the same shit over and over, which is basically what it does. Which is why it's like it is a one-trick pony. But it's a very good one-trick pony in that sense because it's always the same fucking jokes. This anime has like 3 jokes. Alcoholism is funny. Bocchi has anxiety, and like the other girl, I can't remember the name, is like stupid. Like it's just that the directing is really good. They like I said, they go to a lot of different styles.
Yeah. Well,
And that's really good. I really like that. It has a very unique, strong sense of presentation.
Yeah.
But it is a one-trick pony.
Yeah. Well, let's see what he
This
says.
was
There's like
everything
3
I was
jokes.
hoping K-On! Would be. Because, well,
What?
yes, a lot of this is slice
Bruh.
of life moe. Motherfucker
Bruh.
getting shit done.
First of all, this is like the most generic J-Rock I've ever heard in my
Fucking
life.
around when it comes to their music. They have their goals and they're gonna go out and achieve it. Bocchi may not be able to form a coherent conversation, but every little step she takes to overcoming that. Every time she stepped up and tears it up on stage made me want to jump up and go, yes! That's my girl! This was my biggest surprise of 2022, bar none. In a season of heavy hitters, Bleach,
What?
Chainsaw Man, Spy X
Yo,
Family,
this
Bocchi the
motherfucker.
Rock awkwardly
Bro,
walks
Bocchi's
in,
better than
grabs the
K-On!
mic and
confirmed,
went,
dude.
Bro, she's just like me for real.
Okay, so my baseline.
I can't believe this man just said this is better than
Okay.
K-On! I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. This man talks about how visual presentation is important, then he
So-
says this is better than K-On! My dude, my dude.
So I'll say that in terms of the music, right? Ever since Given, I find it hard of an Banana's gonna K off.
I am gonna chaos.
Dude.
It pisses me off because every time he gets talked about K-On!, it's pretty clear that GIGGUK doesn't get K-On!, even though it's like the easiest point ever to get. It's like it's a show about friendship and like enjoying life. And but yeah, no, me for real is definitely better. This is clearly where writing peaked.
Yeah,
Because she is just like me for real, for real.
being someone who doesn't really
fucking funny, bro.
Doesn't really have a dog in the fight. I will say though, in terms of the music, if your music isn't as good or better than Given, which was like a one shot, like one season in a movie series, right? That was like relatively like unknown. It still kind of is, right? You'd consider it like a pretty like hidden gem type of anime. If your series doesn't have music like at the level with the show that was so small, like I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like,
and I don't get the appeal of it's like, have you ever heard a song of J-Rock? You have heard the songs in Bochi, which is fine because they're high schoolers. So I'm not expecting them to make fucking Eddie Van Halen solos, which the fact that it's not very good, it's what makes it realistic, which should be a good thing. But no, best music of all time. It's like the most fucking generic. Like it's like if people never heard another like J-Rock song.
You just need to make it known that he said K-On! is worse than Bochi.
And like it's not even that the music in K-On! Is fucking amazing either. I'm just man, it's like comparing Summertime Render to Steins Gate.
Yeah.
Just because they both have time travel plot or ReZero. It's like comparing those three shows.
Yeah.
Just because girl music thing, it's not even just a surface level. It's a disingenuous surface level comparison.
All right, let's go to number 3.
I don't even like K-On! That much. I'm just, man.
Cyberpunk 2077 has gone down as
I
one of the
like
most disastrous launches in gaming history. Years of anticipation and build-up led to the release of a broken, unfinished game that would take an equal amount of years to fix all the bugs that it had. 2077 became a joke, a meme among the gaming community about how not to launch a game, and the biggest praise I can give to Cyberpunk Edge runners is that it was so good. The anime almost made everyone forgive what happened to the game. Out of nowhere, this dropped and introduced weebs to the insane world of Night City. We weren't given another squeaky clean, safe anime. This was some hardcore, dick and butt, hyper-violent, I fucked your mom kind of show, and god damn was it awesome. It hits you with the story going at full throttle from episode 1 and never takes its foot off the gas. You'll look for a moment to pause and catch your breath, and while you're waiting, you'll realize the credits to the final episode are rolling. This was the anime Studio Trigger were born to make that nobody realized they wanted until now. Even for a team of decorated veterans in the industry, this felt like they had upped their game. They felt refreshed, revitalized, every scene oozing with style, every frame burning with the passion of everyone working on it. And it's impossible for this excitement not to get transferred over to the viewer. This is how you do a video game tie-in, and all it took was emotionally scarring the collective Cyberpunk community with a single song.
Okay. I do think. Okay, I don't think they leveled.
I have a spicy take about.
Okay.
I have a spicy take about Cyberpunk, but go on.
I don't think Trigger leveled up. I think they just were back to like near peak Trigger, right?
Right.
And two, I will say that like for him to not acknowledge David Martinez is, you know, one of our first Mexican visibility anime characters.
Hell yeah, bro. Represent the homes.
Exactly. Okay. What were you going to say?
Okay. Cyberpunk, it's my least favorite Imaishi work.
Okay.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It just way far from his best work. Mostly because I don't think they work as well when they already have a world built for them.
Yeah.
Because they already like have the Cyberpunk world built in, right?
Yeah.
I thought the teams were kind of weak, especially in comparison to their usual stuff. Like this motherfucker saying this is better than Kill la Kill. It's not better written. It's not better animated. Maybe visually you can.
Hell fucking know. That's why I said like they are not
Like,
leveling up in
right.
any way. They're just getting closer
Right,
to
like,
like where they used to be.
what do you mean? Like, you're comparing this to fucking Kill La Kill, and even though Gurren Lagann is not triggered, it's the same director and a lot of the same team. And you're comparing this to Kill La Kill and Gurren Lagann, and you're saying this is fucking reach their new bro. Bruh.
Chill,
This
man.
is like baby shit anime. This is like
It's not even really like like an anime. It's like it's well, the story is like a video game story, right? And
that's kind of my biggest gripe with it,
yeah,
because
and the pacing of it doesn't
stories
even,
from
it doesn't even feel like an actual anime, right? Like you've seen like short story stuff, right? That's really only meant to like animate a certain like part of the overall game series, right? That it feels exactly like that.
Right, and like, fuck. This is like normie anime, which is not Imaishi anime. Yes, as anime as normie appeal, but this feels like baby time shit in terms of story. Like, Darling in the Franxx had a more daring story than this. This is not my full.
Yeah.
This is not Mood Trigger. Mood Trigger is unhinged, and it's like I don't know what's the best way to describe it. It's like, you know that meme? It's like boys autism versus girls autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trigger anime is boys autism.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is not. This is like normie baby shit. It's very well animated. It's very well produced. It's an enjoyable story. But like, comparing this to fucking, you cannot disrespect my boy Imaishi like that. I'm not gonna take that disrespect. Saying this is fucking peak Trigger, like, bruh.
All right, let's see. What
It's just a really good anime, but it looks good. So Redditors are like, "Whoa, this is a fucking masterpiece." Like, it's visually brilliant. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But man, saying this is peak Trigger, man, I'm fucking crying and pooping my dude.
Yeah, let's see what his number 2 is. Okay, respect.
Okay.
When Psycho Season 3 was announced, I remember saying to myself,
I just realized what number 1's gonna be, bro.
Oh, me too.
Season 2 was an
no.
action-packed masterpiece, combining some of the best animation you could ever find with masterful character writing the series didn't have before. And while I don't think Season 3 reached those same heights, it was one that was surely needed. This closed the final chapter to Mob's character and everyone around him. In a sense, this felt like a season-long epilogue. While I wondered where the story could go after Season 2 cleared up all its plot points and defeated the big evil, Season 3 took a step back and went, how do we give these characters the send-offs they deserve? Reagan, the man so full of bullshit he can sell Hamon to a Stan user, ends the series in the most honest way possible. Dimple, Ritsu, Hanazawa, and most importantly Mob, for all the flashy fight scenes, it showed that its true heart lies in the characters. It taught us how to accept ourselves through the eyes of Mob's journey and ended his story in the most perfect way possible. Studio Bones can finally take a bow for the work they've done here. From start to finish, Mob has felt like a passion project that has pushed the boundaries of animation to its limits and beyond. This is the kind of adaptation everyone only dreams of. And now that we're saying goodbye, whatever your favorite season was, it's hard not to feel like all of Mob Psycho has cemented itself as a modern classic we won't ever forget.
Facts. Like, just facts.
Mm-hmm. Nothing to say.
This
There's
isn't
nothing
even
to say.
debatable.
Nothing to say.
Yeah. Which just makes number 1 more triggered when you call number 2 a masterpiece, but okay. Wait.
Oh, wait.
This is not what I thought was gonna be number 1.
Yeah, me too.
When I put on a happy movie, I know
That was gonna be fucking Attack on Titans, what is it?
happy. When I listen to a sad song, I know to express.
Bro, this is the weakest season of Made in Abyss. What the fuck?
But sometimes I encounter a piece of media that leaves me with an emotion that is utterly indescribable. And that's how Made in Abyss Season 2 left me. It's been 5 years since the first Made in Abyss, and now the cat's out of the bag. We know this isn't a cutesy, happy show. Bad things happen. People, probably children, are going to suffer, and you're going to need a good hug by the end of it all. And even knowing this, I was not prepared for the experience this was gonna give me. This is no longer simply just a sad show or a dark show. Before, the rules were more simple. You go down deep and maybe you encounter a really dangerous animal or some crazy evil person, but now Now, the terrors you encounter cease to follow any logic you're familiar with. We wander around in this non-Euclidean world where the laws of the universe are governed by different systems. The mysteries of the world refuse to give up its secrets. Eldritch horrors lurk around every corner, and your mind can only attempt to comprehend the nightmares you uncover behind them. Made in Abyss 2 contains some of the most haunting things I've ever seen in anime, but none of it was because of some simple violence or gore, but ideas and imagery that disturbs me to my core. Yet somehow, through all this, there's a gentleness to its story. For all its terror, this is a hauntingly beautiful tale. It gives you hope in a place of hopelessness, then smashes it all away, terrifies you without scaring you, and hits you with a soundtrack that makes your soul just wail. I had an incredibly hard time picking my favorite anime this year. Any one of the top 6 could have taken the spot, but the reason I settled on Made in Abyss is because it's given me an experience.
Any of the top 6, and you put fucking Summertime at 10 and Demon Slayer at 9. This motherfucker's just like angering all sides. You know?
I feel like he's trying, at least trying to do the opposite. Because Made in Abyss is like, you know, Reddit show as well. It's like.
Okay, like him saying that, like Made in Abyss was his one. I mean, I guess, right? Like, I guess.
I can accept it. Like, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't ever really think of it as like anything better than what Mob did. You know what I mean?
Right. Especially like, at least to me, this is the weakest season of Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
right.
I actually like the movie. More.
Yeah, I think the movie is the best part so far.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah.
And I mean, the season is good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's pretty good. And I just don't think it achieves anything particularly new. Like, it has good music. Like that.
Well, I mean,
it has had good music for a season and a movie, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it like they're basically just retelling the main character's journey, but through like some other people. You know what I mean?
It's. I can accept it being number one. I'm just. Just.
Unless he does like a tier 0 and it's fucking Attack on Titan, which I don't think that's the case.
That'll be hilarious. There is still some time in the video, huh?
Unlike everything else I've talked about today, this has grown beyond something I would wholeheartedly recommend. In the same way, I don't really recommend a movie like Requiem for a Dream, because it's not something you go into to enjoy, but if you're brave enough, it's an unfathomably powerful experience that will haunt you for years to come. Made in Abyss allows you to find beauty in the horrific, hope in the despair. You watch this nightmare unfold through an ethereal lens. It rips your heart to shreds, then gives you a warm hug and tells you everything's gonna be alright. You go on this ride that tears your soul
things are not
apart, only to
that
come out smiling at the other end. And only after it's all over, and you sit beside yourself to process the journey of emotions you just felt, is there only one word that can encapsulate it all. Wow. Hey guys, hope you're having a great 2023 so far. And yeah, that was all of my favorite anime from 2022. Okay. And I want to give a huge 2022 thanks to Alpha Sigma.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I feel some of them were like mandatory picks almost.
Yeah, so yeah, in closing, for the most part, pretty okay, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like necessarily disagree with a lot of his choices. Just some choices of words.
Yeah, that was a nice.
I'm so upset about the trigger thing. I can't believe this man said Cyberpunk is better than Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
I'm fuming, man. I'm
like I would more so say that Demon Slayer is ufotable leveling up, right?
Yeah,
because it is.
Yeah, I think Demon Slayer season 2 was like the new peak for the studio.
Yeah, like it's objectively better.
You can talk about like maybe Fate Evans feel, but that's like a movie. I don't feel that's fair to compare.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't bad, you know. It's again another video that I liked from GIGGUK.
it was a. I mean, it's like, you know, I'm not actually upset at GIGGUK. If
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
like thinks I'm actually mad or something.
Yeah,
It's
it's just
fun
that our
content.
opinions are always more right. So
True,
but
true. Like I like his editing. He's pretty funny.
yeah, like it was a great video, by the way. Incredible video.
Yeah,
It did
it's
not feel like 30 minutes. That was a really good fucking
yeah.
video. What else to say? Yeah, it was
You know what's a
nice
pick
little wrap up.
that's yeah, you know, it's like a pick that's not in this video, and it's not on the Kids Awards either. Fucking Dance Dance Dancer.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it did not make the top 6 of the nominations from the Kids Anime Awards, which was incredibly disappointing.
Interesting. Well, I guess we really do know what a hidden gem is, don't we?
Yeah, we live in a timeline where Dance Dance Dancer is a hidden gem. I guess it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's
Especially because I at the beginning the show had some pretty like good steam. I think it had a lot to do with people's because Summertime Runner wasn't the Disney Plus show. And people were, you know, people love using, oh, look at this hidden gem, look at how underrated it was, and like people started flocking to Summertime Runner, which is a good thing because
Yeah.
it's a really good anime. But I feel like Dance Dance Dancer kind of
Yeah.
got kind of lost in the shift.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very, very well done series. Well, I hope they fucking do the rest of it. So, okay. Well, this is gonna close it out just for today. We had a very fucking good stream. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, y'all. We will be back. I won't be back next week. I'm gonna be out of town, but the week after, or maybe Monday. I don't know. We'll see if you're busy or not. But
Yeah.
just keep looking out for the notifications when we go live. But yeah, if you guys liked it, disagreed with us, let us know down below. I know I should start saying that more. If you disagree with us, comment, you know, and then we'll see what you guys say, and we'll say why you're wrong. So anyway,
Yeah, we'll fight anyone in the comments.
exactly. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.